Hello everyone, I am King Mac, and I would like to thank you all for watching this feature presentation on YouTube. Be sure to enjoy a hot fresh cheeseburger along with some french fries, a tasty milkshake, and a nice soft drink. Thank you for watching, and now here is our feature presentation of TTBurger game reviews on YouTube.
Yeah, I take a cold hard look at the world now. Hold my hand out, got a plan now. I'ma help be the change cause I can now. Here I stand now.
Hello my friends, how are you all doing today? It's your boy Tony bringing you more game reviews here on YouTube. TTBurger game reviews to be exact, as we are continuing the month of April, and like I mentioned my Tony Hawk series review, all month of April we're going to be looking at extreme sports games, so we have a lot of them to cover here. And last time we had a 4-part review, which is episode 211, and now we're on episode 212, and this is episode 212 part 1 of 2. And before I get started here, I want to give a shout out to Free Green HD and SubZeroMNX for King Mac, and for everyone who has supported this channel. Thank you all for everything you've done for me. I really appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you all. And today we got more extreme sports. This time we went from skateboarding to now we're going to go to BMX biking. Now we're going to talk about some BMX games here. Like I've been a fan of playing BMX games since like Dave Mira and Matt Hoffman on stuff, playing Psych 564 and Nintendo 64 and all of them. I looked at a previous BMX game back in the summer of 2020 where I looked at BMX XXX made by Acclaim and Z-Access, which was an M-rated game with nudity and stuff and everything like that, using the Dave Mirra engine, and it flopped so badly. And if you haven't seen the review, go watch it and you'll see what I mean, how it failed miserably and stuff like that. But we'll talk more and more about that as time goes on and stuff. And today we're not going to be looking at the Dave Mirra franchise. We're going to be continuing more of the Activision franchise here with the extreme sport game stuff. We did Tony Hawk. Today we're looking at the Matt Hoffman Pro BMX franchise. This will be a 2-part review. Part 1 we're going to look at Matt Hoffman Pro BMX, and then Part 2 Matt Hoffman Pro BMX 2. So we're going to look at the PlayStation 2 version of these games here, and we have a lot to talk about here. So let's get started with Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX. First was a demo on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, but then released for the PlayStation, PC, Sega Dreamcast. Even though the console was discontinued by the time it came out, they still made a version for it. And we also had a Game Boy Advance version and a Game Boy Color version. But the PlayStation 1 version, the old version I have, is released on May 14th, 2001. Back when I was about to get done with 6th grade there. Now, Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX is a great game. It uses the same engine as Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and for the most part, it works well. However, when you compare this to other extreme sport games like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and stuff, this game comes off as somewhat light on content. I mean, basically it could be a reskin of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater with a BMX, and voila, you have your game. It has some problems of being as fantastic as Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, but still, it's a great game that should not be overlooked. Like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, you pick up Pro Biker and you get into the game. When you get started here, you have goals to complete, like how it was in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. In this review, I'll be playing as the king of BMX biking, Matt Hoffman himself. You have 5 goals in each stage, and instead of collecting tapes or stuff, you collect covers, like magazine covers. A lot of the goals are similar to what you saw in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater or Skater, where you get a high score, a pro score, click the letter to spell the word trick this time, not skate, but trick. You smash 5 certain items, find the hidden cover and stuff, and this leads to my first complaint. Only 5 goals in each level except for the completion levels. I know what you're thinking, Tony, why are you making a big deal about this when Tony Hawk's Pro Skater had only 5 goals in each level? Well, it's because Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 was out before this and more content was in it. It just feels like a little add-on to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater with the BMX biking in it and stuff. I know this game uses the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater engine, but I feel like more could have been done with it. Controlling the BMX bike for the most part is easy. If you play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, the game control should be very similar. You have your jump, your rail, your flip button, and more. The tricks are fun, since we jump from skateboarding to BMX biking. It's a nice feature to have for sure. It looks cool seeing what type of tricks you can perform on the BMX bike. In order to advance to the next stage, you have to get the required amount of covers, and you have the competitions here as well, which seem a little easier for some reason, don't know why. And the graphics are on par with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. For its time though, even though PlayStation 2 was out, the graphics, while they're dated as a day standard, still get the job done. The riders and the bikes look great, the backgrounds look detailed, even though some parts of certain backgrounds come off as a little bland and stuff like that. It's still a great looking game. The FMV scenes look great, but the frame rate is smooth in that also. So the graphics, while dated right now, get the job done. Sound is great. The soundtrack has a variety of tunes that range from rock, pop, R&B, and more. We have bands like Static X, Jurassic 5, the Stone Roses, and the B-52s, and more. Now, I did not like the R&B hits, but that's not my taste in music though, but that's just me. You go through the levels to earn covers and more, and I'll admit I did have fun with Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX. It's just a little more could have been done to this game. Only 5 goals in each level, all range from the same type of goals. Get a high score, get a pro score, smash 5 with a certain item, and more. The goals can be fun, but just compared to 20X Pro Skater 2 and how many goals that had, I just feel like the game could have had more goals to it instead of rehashing them for each level. Still a fun game though. You're gonna get a great score, but now the negatives. Sometimes when performing tricks, the bike will get stuck on certain objects in the background. Repetition in the goals, it could have been more variety and stuff, and the soundtrack could have been better. And the game feels somewhat outdated due to being on a last-gen console, but still a fun game overall. Final thoughts here: if you like 20X Pro Skater, you'll have fun with Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX because doing a BMX bike and extreme sport game is a fun time for sure. Especially if you had Damien's freestyle BMX here, it's good to see what more they take off here in the BMX genre for sure. I give it an 8 out of 10 because of the problems I have with it, but it's a game that should not be overlooked if you want some BMX biking for sure. And that's it for episode 212, part 1 of 2. Stay tuned for the final part where we can dive into the PlayStation 2 era. We take a look at Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2. How does this game fare for its predecessor? Find out. That's all I gotta say. This is Tony. Peace and out. Have a great day and see all my review of Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2 for the PlayStation 2. Take care, everybody. Say what you mean and believe in your dream. Find that thing that you love that you really want to be.